The Challenge Paper Cutter. Here is the big paper cutter, the Challenge 305. It's called that because it can cut up to 30.5 inches. We're going to go over the basic operations here. Here you see me turning the big wheel on the top in order to open the throat of the cutter so that I can place paper, line it up, and cut. We'll zoom in on some of these functions in a couple of minutes. So, starting with a nice clean bed, I've got some paper stacked together and I've got it marked on the surface where I want to cut it. Using that adjustment wheel, I can pull the paper closer to me or further away from me. And the large wheel on the top brings down the clamp. Once I have the paper where I want it, I bring the clamp down almost to the point of clamping. I need to protect my paper. Here I can use some cardstock, some Mayfair. There's often scraps of paper lying around in the recycling bin. And I'm going to slide at least a couple of sheets under the paper that I want to cut. That ensures a nice crisp cut at the bottom. And a couple of sheets on top. And the sheets on top are here to protect my paper from the teeth that come down on the clamp so as to not mar the surface. Once it's in place, I clamp it down all the way, put my left hand on the red safety guide, and then using the large handle, cut. So let's see that again from a different angle. Here I'm going to take the stack of paper that I just cut and cut it in half again. I fine-tune my adjustment. I have paper under my stack already. I need a couple of sheets for protection on top. I lower the clamp to hold the paper in place. Using my left hand, I push the safety guide. That keeps my fingers out of the way, and then pull the handle all the way down in a firm motion. Once the blade stops, it's cut all the way through, and you can lift the handle and retrieve your paper. And look at that. Once I've finished doing all the cutting I need to do, I'll lift the clamp, remove the rest of the paper, remove those extra bits that I was using to protect my paper. Some can be saved, but some are just scrap and they end up back in the recycling bin. Using the large wheel on top, I'll lower the clamp all the way to the table, place the sign on the bed, turn off the light. So now we're going to zoom in and look at some of the individual functions of this machine. This large wheel on the top doesn't take much effort to move. It goes clockwise and counterclockwise. When you move it clockwise, the clamp goes down. When you move it counterclockwise, the clamp goes up. The hand wheel at the front of the bed also turns clockwise and counterclockwise, and it moves the back gauge. The back gauge is what determines the movement of the paper towards the operator or away. Here's the safety guard. The blade can't come all the way down unless the safety guard's engaged, and that ensures that your left hand is doing something, while your right hand is pulling the lever, bringing the blade into place. This is the most dangerous machine we have in the studio, so it's important to have your wits about you when you're using this. But that being said, there's nothing more satisfying than the shunk of cutting a big stack of paper.